Thank you for coming, everyone. We're going to be starting in just a few minutes. Are you? No good.
Baby steps. Yeah. Same way. Yeah, they're from the park. And the gal in the brown rose-colored shirt is from the
We're going to get started. I want to welcome you to the Minnesota-Wisconsin FGX meeting. I am Lisa Zebart. I joined FGX in June, days after Jane and Jake joined up. I was on board immediately. When your friends find a business, you jump in with them, blindly sometimes, but you do, and it usually works out pretty well. I've known Jake and Jane now for, well, I've known Jane actually about 15 years. We were in business together in another networking business and met through that and kind of lost track over the years. And I knew her when she was married to her first husband. And so when she called me up a few years ago and said, hey, this is Jane and Jake, and let's get together, and I called her back and said, first of all, what is the company that you're doing, because I've never heard of it, and number two, who's Jake? So I've become friends with Jake in the last few years as well. I'm proud to call them my upline and mentors and sponsors, but even more proud to call them friends. And if you are lucky enough to be able to do business with them, jump in with both feet, don't look back, and you're going to have a great business. So welcome. Glad you're here tonight, and we're going to have a good time. So Jake and Jane,
Thank you, Lisa. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming here tonight. I'm Jake, and this is Jane. And we originally had someone scheduled to be here. His name is Troy Curl. He's on our upline. But he ended up getting stuck with this whole storm. Thousands of flights were canceled, so unfortunately he can't be here, but he did the next best thing. He made a very special video just for us. We're going to be playing that in just a little bit.
So we're excited. So you guys, who in the room has never been exposed to FG Express or power strips, beauty strips, or solar strips?
Yeah, this is all new. Who's new here? Great. Thanks so much for coming.
We're glad you guys are here and took time out of your schedule to be here tonight. It's going to be a really amazing, eye-opening experience for you guys.
It is. How soon do we want to play Troy's video? Should we go through a little bit here? And then, so we want to start right away with the video?
Yeah, we can do that. And you guys, the video, Troy, because he wasn't here, he just finished up a 7-day stint in California doing training with his team out there. And so what he did for us, since he couldn't be here, was do a video for us that explains all the training that he did there so we can have it here. We'll also have it on our team website, so if you want someone else to see it, you can go into the team website, have your friends click on the link, and then they can watch it as well. And this meeting is also being recorded live stream, so it'll be available as a replay for any of your friends who aren't able to be here tonight, so that's going to be kind of nice to have too. So.
Sure. Well, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the power strips, because you're probably wondering, if you're new here, what are they? Well, here's what one of the power strips looks like, and we'll be sure to get you samples if you've never had one before. These are incredible. These you put on your body wherever you have pain. If you have it on your arm or on your leg or on your back, I put them on the bottom of my feet. Now, I have to say I was skeptical because this thing is very thin. It's not that thick or impressive when you first look at it. But I have pain on the bottom of my feet. I have arthritis, and I was skeptical. I took one, I ripped it in half, and put some on the bottom, put one piece on the bottom of each of my feet, because I have arthritis, and it was really getting to be kind of a problem. I just got this in the last couple of years. I've been really blessed over the years, not having a lot of pain. But I'd have it, go to, Best Buy or Target or the grocery store, and they go, oh, that that's way in the back of the store. I gotta walk all that way. It was really getting to kind of cramping my style. I hated it. So then we heard about these power strips, and I thought, well, are they really gonna work? Well, I put one on the bottom of each of my feet, and I have to say in a few hours, about 80% of the pain was gone. And then I tried them, you wear them for 48 hours, by the way, so that's 2 days. Then I tried them again, and by then, the rest of my pain was gone. It was pretty amazing. And so what happened is I've been walking around using these every other day, putting them on the bottom of my feet. And I'm doing great. I go for great walks again, because I always loved walking. I love doing all these things. And is there anyone else here who has a quick testimony, how they've tried the power strips and how they've helped them? Yeah, go ahead, Wendy.
I'm Wendy. I have spina bifida and scoliosis in my back, so which I didn't know really what spina bifida was until I learned about it because of my back. But I have just a mild case, so I have bone missing in my low back, and it's fused together instead of growing the way it should have. So I get a lot of pain, and walking is hard. So I heard about these strips from Jane and Teresa, and thought, oh, I gotta try that because I'll try anything to make my back feel better. And I put one on. Sometimes I put it on kind of the spot where my bone is missing. Sometimes more on my hip side. And I can walk and it doesn't hurt. And yeah, it's just amazing.
Sure, and then you had
Hi, yep, I'm Seal, and I have herniated discs in the upper part, well, upper and lower part of my back, but the ones in my upper back make it hard for me to move my arms, and I'm a mechanic, so it makes it really tough to do my job. So I actually put them up on the upper part of my back. I cut it in half, put a strip across my shoulders, and I can actually use my neck and my arms. So.
wow, that's terrific. And then was it, yeah, Jan, go ahead, please.
Yeah, mine is a little bit, I have lots of them, but the one I think is probably the neatest is right before Christmas, I started getting a toothache. Or was it a sinus pain? I wasn't sure. It was going back and forth. Finally, I decided it was my tooth. And because when I would tap to my tooth, I couldn't even tolerate it. So I put a power strip on my chin, or my cheek here, and it took the pain down. And then I got up and went to work, and I took it off, thinking, oh, I'm not going to walk around with this at work. And by the time I got to noon, it was hurting so bad again. And so as soon as I got off to work, I put on another piece, and it kept it on right. It was taking care of the pain. And finally, I decided, well, this is silly. I'm not going to be in pain. I'm going to walk around with this patch on, besides good advertisement. But anyway, so I couldn't get in. That was Thursday. I couldn't get into the dentist until Monday afternoon. And by the time I got to the dentist, my tooth hardly even hurt to tap on. And the dentist said, well, what are you wearing in your cheek? And I told her about it. She goes, well, that's very interesting. And she went in there and looked, and here I had a big crack in my tooth, which was exposing all those nerves and rocking and all this, and I needed to have a crown. So she was quite impressed. That managed the pain. And then I took it one step further. The next day, I kept the patch on when they did the crown. And if anybody's had a crown, if they've had their mouth open for that hour, how sore your jaw is when the Novocaine wears off. It was quite amazing. This jaw hurt, this jaw didn't. And that was
Wow.
pretty powerful, and the dentist office was quite in a roar about the whole thing. They thought it was pretty cool. So that was an interesting one.
Rachel, when you share your testimony, do you want to come up with Jake? Because people out in TV land can't see. Yes.
All right. Jane asked me to share because my mom gave me this power strip back in August because I had a spinal tap done during the last part of July because of a migraine that I had. I had serious back pain. I ended up losing my job over how much pain I was in. So my mom, she me this power strip. She's like, you gotta try this. At first, when I put it on, it was so hot, I couldn't stand it. So I took it off right away. Called mom. She sent me another one. She's like, try it. This time, don't take it off right away. Put an ice cold pack of peas or something on it so that it cools it down a little bit. So I put it on. And this time, instead of sending me 1 strip, she sent me 2 because she wanted me to keep with it. And I did, because you listen to your mom. I started to break out from it, and I told her this, and she's like, just stick with it, just stick with it. I did. It didn't really help with the back pain at that time. I had to keep going with it longer and longer, and eventually it did help. But I still have problems because the strip doesn't like to stay on my back. So instead of putting it on my back where I actually have pain, I put it on my chest where it doesn't fall off. And I've noticed that I've got less back pain. I've also lost weight since I started wearing this on a regular basis. So, yeah. Oh, I've also lost the need to take blood pressure medication. So I was like 150 over 100 for blood pressure, and now I'm 120 over 80.
Amazing.
So it's
Wow.
done wonders for me, and I wear it faithfully every single day.
Good for you. Thank you, everybody. Here's the exciting thing about these power strips, in case you didn't know. These are very new to the market. It's still in pre-launch. The official launch of the power strips in the company is going to be in May. So here's the exciting thing. This is brand new. This is FDA listed. This is a big thing because a lot of products, you know, people say, oh, this is good, or try this, it'll check out. This is FDA listed, so we can make claims, and we can legally make the claim that it relieves pain. So it doesn't cure anything. We don't claim that it's going to cure a disease or anything like that, but it takes away the pain. And 1 out of 3 people live with chronic pain. I mean, it's amazing. You know, Jane and I talking to people, I'm shocked how many people have pain. You know, I was lucky, I didn't have pain until a few years ago, but there's all these people in their 20s and 30s with sports injuries and other crazy things that have happened. I mean, this is a huge market. So you are the very first people, along with some other people on our team, in the whole area, the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, to hear about this product. This is so exciting. You're in on the ground floor of something very big. So I think I'm going to go ahead and share Troy's video. Bear with me. It's going to take a second here to turn on the projector. And these things move slow. This is a, okay. Do you want to talk about something while I figure this out?
One of the things that I want to talk about really quick with Troy Curl, he's somebody that has been involved with FG Express pretty much since the very beginning. He was skating. He's not a skater, and he fell and broke his ankle, and he's got 8 pins in his ankle, living with really bad pain. And a friend of his who helped to bring FG Express to the marketplace called him and said, we have these power strips. I think it's something that might help you. And he's like, I'll try anything. And he said he put a patch on, left it on overnight, and when he got out of bed, his stiffness was gone.
No, I'm doing this. Just go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah.
We'll
It's
figure it
kind
out.
of weird. This worked earlier.
Yep.
So I'll do an overview really quick of the power strips, which are these. So the company has a foundation of we can ship to any country in the world except for about 7 or 8 countries for $4.95. All of our products fit in an envelope, which is huge. You know, we were involved with another company. It would take $25 to ship our product. We were only in very few countries. You know, they're clunky. If it was cold outside, you had to worry about the product freezing. If it was hot, it got too hot. It was just really kind of a nightmare as far as product placement went. I love it. When I go someplace, I have like a little satchel purse that's like this size, really, truly. I can stick my power strips in there. I can stick solar strips in there. I can stick our beauty strips, which are this. It's on an envelope. It's all right there. You know, if I see somebody and I see them limping, we were in Menards the other day, and this guy's kind of limping along, and I walked up to him, and I'm like, I noticed you're limping. What's going on? And he goes, I just had bunion surgery. I said, well, do you want to try one of these strips? They're listed with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, just thought I'd check. But you know what? My motto is, and it's on the wall in our house, if you don't ask, what's the answer?
No.
Every time. So I talk to everybody seriously. I would talk to this wall because I want people to know about these power strips because they are life-changing. We have seen so many people's lives change. A guy on our team, Frederick, was taking a ton of oxycodone every day, 7 shoulder surgeries for rotator cuff issues. He's off all his pain medications now with these pain strips. So it's really incredible. So we got Troy here now on the video, so we'll go ahead and watch this. And guys, if you're at home and you can't see this, it's going to be live on the replay, but we're also going to have this YouTube video available too.
Hi everybody, Troy Curl here. As you can see, I'm not in Minnesota, and it's beautiful here in Canada, which is kind of crazy because when you think of Canada, you think of really cold and we live in igloos. But here in British Columbia, it is almost 50 degrees and it's beautiful, sunny, no snow. I'm not going to complain. Really apologize for not making it to Minnesota. I gave it my best effort yesterday. I left Roy Griffin's house at 3:30 in the morning to go to LAX. Was flying standby and just couldn't make the flights because of all the ice storms and because of all the craziness on the East Coast and in the South. It was impossible to get across the country yesterday, so I apologize. I will be back. Taking Jane will give you the date next month. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm so excited about what you guys are up to and all the hard work you guys have put in. It's unfortunate that, and I feel really bad that I'm not there today. I wanted to share with you something really quickly. I'm going to take 5 minutes and give you the presentation that I normally give when I'm meeting. And so I'm going to share my screen here and walk you through kind of my journey at FG Express and Forever Green. So my journey begins, it's been an amazing journey, guys. It's been 20 months. I'm going to do this really fast because I know your time is valuable. So it's been 20 months that I got started with this company. And my journey, we've squeezed in 10 years worth of memories in the last 20 months. So my journey begins with this beautiful lady here, Nicole Diamond. Nicole and I are partners. We're partners in more things than just life, but we're business partners as well. She's an amazing human being with a huge heart. I can't wait for you all to meet her. About 20 months ago, Nicole and I had been we've been in this profession for a long time, and we were with the company. They had good product, but the owners and the founders of the company didn't understand that they were in the people business and thought they were in the product business. And that's one key thing that you'll learn in this profession is that you need to pick a company that has the right leadership. And so they had cut off our income, both Nicole and I, all at the same time. And so we went from making a very good living to zero overnight. And so we were literally in a position of counting pennies to make ends meet. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but that is a real difficult, tough place to be. We were literally taking bottles in to buy gasoline to take Kaya to school. Nicole was living in a basement suite apartment in her friend's house on a mattress on the floor, living out of garbage bags, with her stuff in garbage bags. That's how bad it got. We both had skill sets, so I went back to creating websites and design, and she went back to waitressing. We had an opportunity we were flown to Utah to look at joining the corporate team for a company, and got back to the hotel, and Nicole said, "This is not it." And I said, "Are you sure, honey? Because we really need the money." She said, "No." She's very intuitive, and she said, "No, this isn't it." Long story short, I made some phone calls because I didn't want to waste the trip. And we were able to set up a meeting with this gentleman, Mr. Ron Williams, the founder of Forever Green. we spent about 20 minutes with Ron and him sharing his vision of the 4 paintings that you see there and the Forever Green story. He had gotten a phone call, so we stepped into the hallway, and Nicole said, "This is it, this is it." She was so excited, and you know, I said, "Honey," my male brain kicked in. I said, "Honey, we haven't even seen the product yet." She said, "I don't care, this is it." We spent another hour with Ron and heard about the power strip. And I said, you know, I'll be the perfect guinea pig for this product, because about 3 years ago, I was in Saskatchewan, Canada. It wasn't very smart because it was February and it was -40 outside. And went with this group of cowboys. This is my really good friend, Kelly. To go play hockey. Well, the problem is that I didn't really know how to skate, and I'd only skated one other time in my life. I was warned by Nicole, "Don't go play hockey, you cannot play hockey." And I said, "Oh, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll fall a lot, I'll be sore the next day. I'll make a lot of people laugh, it'll be fun." So I ignored her warnings, so I get no sympathy now. Shattered my ankle that night. Got back to Utah. I actually had to walk on it for 4 days broken, and got back to Utah and found out how broken it was and that it needed surgery. And this is what it looks like now. I have 8 pins in there. And, you know, at the time, this is 3.5 years ago, roughly. At the time, I would wake up every morning, and it would take a couple of hours to get the stiffness out of my ankle and get the pain, kind of work the pain out of there so that I could walk every day. So, you know, I said, I'll be the perfect guinea pig for this product, because, wow, you know, if that silly piece of paper, and I don't know how many of you, but I was very underwhelmed when I saw it. It looks like a piece of paper. I said, I don't know how this is going to help me, but I'll try it. I trusted the people that gave it to me, Bob Steed and Ron. And so I put it on. I went to the hotel that night, put it on my scar, went to bed, and woke up the next morning. And if you can picture this, put my hands on the wall and started bouncing up and down on my one ankle, this ankle. And looked at Nicole and I said, oh my gosh, I have no stiffness or pain. In one night, like literally one night. So we went back to the company that day. Because of Ron, his vision, the connectedness we felt to him and his huge heart, and this amazing product, we decided to jump in with both feet and become distributors with the assumption that this would take 2 to 5 years to really get things going. And we were prepared for that. We like to work. We love this business. We love meeting new people. We thought it would take 2 to 5 years, because literally at the time, this was an idea, not a company yet. There was no website. There was no back office. There was nothing like you see today. And even though we're still getting tools all the time and we're still in pre-launch, it's really come a long ways in the last 20 months. Since then, we've created a family across North America and across Canada. This is Rob Alwyn, one of our leaders from California. He's an amazing guy, an amazing friend, and as you can see, he's always smiling, and that really is the kind of person that he is. He and I have traveled across Canada together, across the United States, through the South. I've got a friend for life here. This is our family in California. I can name off almost every person in this picture by name. And our family down there has grown significantly since this picture, but what an amazing group of people. We were able to go bowling and support the charity of the quarterback of the Seahawks, Russell Wilson. That was an awesome time we had, and what a great guy. This is this team in the South. This is in Savannah, Georgia, and some of the Southern team family. They're not really a team, we're a family, and so this is some of our Southern family. We were able to sponsor the rodeo in Calgary, and this is the guy who took me to go play hockey, and I used to curse Kelly every day. I'd be like, oh, that damn Kelly. And now I say, thank you, Kelly. And none of us would probably be here if it weren't for this guy and taking me to play hockey. So we were able to support the rodeo in Calgary, which was a great time. This is our family in Indiana. Tony and Jenny are our leaders there, and what amazing leaders. So if you know anybody in Indiana, you got to plug them in, because wow, what a power couple. This is our Canadian family, and here in our hometown of Kelowna, British Columbia. I was able to kiss the cup, as you can see there, and then I'll just tell you a quick story about Alistair here. Alistair is a professional triathlete. He came to our booth that we had set up at the triathlon and said, I don't think I'm going to run the race because I hurt my foot, but I see that you guys have something for pain, and said, I'd like to try the product. Well, the next day he was at our booth waiting for us before we got there, and he said, I think these things are working. I need more. So we gave him another one. The next day he came back and said, I think I'm going to run the race. I feel good enough to run the race. Well, you can see by the sign in his hand that he was the lead male. He actually won his division, and it was his personal best, and he beat the second place guy by 12 minutes. Wow. So yeah, the power strips work. Yes, they work. They work on all kinds of things. I can't even tell you the thousands of stories and how many times people have called me crying, saying that this product has changed their life. This is our family in Minnesota. You'll recognize some of these people. Jake and Jane. Family's grown, and so I look forward to meeting all of you next month. We were able to open a new building, and the cool thing about this building really quickly is you can see in the top right there, I'm standing on the second floor overlooking what's called the family room. Well, the entire first floor of this building is dedicated to the distributors, and Ron Williams really understands that the most important product in this company is the people. And when he cut the ribbon that day, he said, come see the house you guys built. Well, this first floor has a racquetball court, a basketball court, a game room with pool tables and a ping pong table. It has a spa, and every afternoon in the spa they have massages that you can go and get a massage. They really understand that the people are the asset of the company. We were honored on stage this summer for hitting the rank of 6-star. This company has ranks from 1-star through 7-star, and then at the very top is all stars. So we hit the rank of 6-star this summer. What that means is that we're making 5 figures a week. Our best day ever was about $8,000, and our best week ever was about $18,000. I don't say that to impress you. That's not the kind of person I am. I say that to impress upon you that you can change your life if you take this seriously. Remember, in the beginning, I talked about us taking bottles in to get gas. Well, in 20 months, we're making more money than we've ever made in our life. We've changed our life. We've traveled around the world, and we've made a difference in people's lives, not only financially, but physically, and it's been amazing. We have an amazing group of leaders. This needs to be updated because we've added so many new leaders, but across the United States and Canada, just know that if you send a friend or family member to a meeting, that they're going to be taken care of by huge-hearted leaders that actually care. And so we're so proud of the leadership in our family. This is my why. On the picture on the right are my kids, and my kids, I was able to send my kids to Japan. Their grandma is from Japan, and was able to, for Christmas, send them over to Japan. People say money is bad or money's evil. I don't believe that money's evil, and Ron Williams, the founder of this company, said it best. He says, money is the great magnifier. If you're a good person, it makes you better. If you're a bad person, it makes you worse. That beautiful little girl on the left-hand side is Nicole's daughter, Kaya, and when we were in our hardest times, I made a lot of promises to her, and I said, I'm going to take you to Disneyland one day. And I was so happy to be able to fulfill that promise to that little girl. We had an awesome time that day. And I was able to take my sweetheart to an all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic. And we spent a week there. We were able to recharge our batteries a little bit, take a little bit of a break, and what an awesome time we had. So with that said, I know I've taken a little bit of your time today. I am so excited for this opportunity. I'm so excited. We're just in pre-launch and look at all the stuff we've been able to do. Get to Las Vegas, get to the events. Guys, this business is built event to event. Get people in front of other people. You have amazing leaders in your area. Make it happen. Don't give up. The key to this business is 1, keep it simple. 2, be persistent. And 3, be consistent. So if you're consistently doing meetings, consistently getting on the phone, consistently having coffee with people, consistently sharing samples, and you stay persistent, don't quit, don't give up right before it happens, because really in this business, it doesn't happen overnight. And that's what you need to remember. With that said, thank you so much for your time today. We'll see you next month. Bye.
Yeah, Troy's just a great leader, very inspiring, and he will be back April 2nd, so put that date on your calendar, because he's great on video, but he's way better in person, and then you can ask questions and everything else you want. He covered a lot of ground, but I want to tell you, I mean, these power strips are just phenomenal. It's a great opportunity. If you're just looking to get rid of pain, that's cool. You can just buy the product. But if you get in the business, you've got something you can build. And Jane's going to explain more about the business in just a little bit. I just want to talk a little bit what's in the power strips. First of all, there's germanium. That's one of the elements on the periodic table. It's not geranium, it's germanium. And it's a compound I haven't heard about for years. But what it does is it reflects heat back. It's in a lot of things like transistors and other things. I mean, it's completely inert and safe. But it's pretty cool. They have red Korean ginseng, and it's fermented, and that's just phenomenal. I mean, it's the top level of ginseng you can get. That's in the strips. The capsaicin, which is a pepper, and it also helps to provide the heat to open up the area. They also have marine phytoplankton. You probably wonder what that is. Marine phytoplankton is the very smallest building block of life. It's in the ocean. Whales eat it all the time. It's so primitive. It's so small. And Jane's going to talk. You want to talk a little about marine phytoplankton?
Yeah, you know, you guys, I had seen these videos online kind of floating around on Facebook by some friends that had gotten involved with FG Express before Jake and I did. And I'm like, you know, my gosh, what is the deal about this marine phytoplankton? And then I watched this video. Write this down. If you go to YouTube and look for a video, Tom Harper, and then Another Day. This is a guy that figured out how to harvest marine phytoplankton out of the ocean. And so I was like, okay, but what's the big deal about it? What's in it? You know, and it was like tons and tons and tons of nutrition. Okay, I'm 5 feet 3 inches tall, and the list of nutrition that's in marine phytoplankton is almost as tall as I am. It's huge. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of stuff that we need every day. And so it's infused in the power strips.
Yep, it's in each one of these strips, and it's also in that.
So this is one of our products too, one of our thirst products. These are called solar strips. How many people have seen the Listerine breath mints that you put on your tongue and they automatically dissolve on your tongue? Well, because these dissolve on your tongue like that, they're immediately absorbed into your bloodstream. So people that eat really bad diets, or people that can't eat, they have a hard time eating, people who've had gastric bypass can only eat a small amount of food, older people who just aren't hungry, these things are amazing. So this is what it looks like.
It looks like that postage stamp size thing in there. It's really small.
So you just take it off, boom, there you go. So I don't like it to stick to the top of my mouth, but I made it so I can talk. But the marine phytoplankton is something that there are other companies that have it, but ours is the exclusive product. The guy that we work with brought it to market. So we have the top ranked marine phytoplankton in the world. It's amazing.
And each one of those solar strips is 37.5 milligrams of pure marine phytoplankton. And if you're new here and have never been here before, we'll give you each a sample of the marine phytoplankton before you leave, so make sure you get that.
Right. What else would you like to cover?
Well, I'll just cover a couple more things here. You know, the business model of this company is very clever. It is everything we have fits of the products, the beauty strips, the power strips, and the solar strips, all fit in an envelope. So we can mail these to any country on earth that we do business with. So currently, we're doing business in 177 countries because, the world has become more global. And, years ago when I was a kid, I didn't know anybody outside the United States. Now there's people I know all over the place. I know people that are from India. I know people from Europe. I mean, it's just crazy. And anywhere where you can mail a letter, you can do business with this product. So it's phenomenal. And it becomes an opportunity for people in other countries. We have people here like from Nigeria. We have people on our team in Portugal, in Canada. What's nice is you can offer people help with their pain that, in countries where maybe healthcare isn't that affordable or isn't that available, or they're living with something, and it's still an opportunity for them to make money and to have an opportunity to build a business that otherwise they might not. We're working with people in China now, we're working with people in Vietnam and Korea. It's all over Asia, it's all over Europe, it's spreading everywhere. It's just amazing. So it's just a great opportunity. Now I'm going to have Jane talk more about some of the other products, like the beauty strips and the solar strips. But the power strips are a big ticket item, and that's what we lead with and we share with people because they have such immediate results.
Right.
So.
And actually, I'm not going to talk too much about the strips. What I'm going to do really quick is talk to you guys about your reason why. How many people love the idea of helping other people feel better? Like, right, we all do, right? How many of us know people in pain? We all do. But really, truly, what do most of us get into a network marketing business for? Show me the money, right? So when Jake and I looked at this, I'd been watching some people for a few months, and I called one of them and I said, okay, tell me what the deal is. Does it really work? And she said, Jane, we're making between $500 and $2,000 every week. Okay. That caught my attention. That's a lot of money. That replaces a lot of full-time incomes for a lot of people. It changes things for people. Just think about all the people who lost their homes in the recession. If they had $500 a week coming in every week, it would have taken care of that for them, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and it doesn't just affect mom and dad. Those things affect the kids, they affect the pets, they affect everything. It affects the self-esteem of the parents. I mean, it's just, there's so many things that we all have the capacity to help other people with. And some people go, I don't want to sell. We're not selling anything here. I'm telling you, when I see somebody in pain, I walk up to them and say, if I can put this on you, if I give this to you and I put it on you, will you let me know how it helped you? And will you take my phone call in 2 days? Yes. If I, will you? And I'm going to follow up, right? If I, will you? For the most powerful words you'll ever say to somebody. So when Jake and I got started, I'm like, we can rip this apart. We know so many people that need help with pain. So we got started, and we got started really, really fast, and we made some really good money right away, and we've continued with that. But the company realizes that some people have a hard time. It's easy for us to personally sponsor people, but our problem in the past was helping our people get their people started, right? So the company realized that a lot of people had the same strengths and weaknesses as us, and we're being very transparent here. So they came out with a new promotion that has just gotten started. So if you're already a distributor with FG Express, you have until the 16th of March to get this done. If you're brand new, you have 28 days to do this. So here's what it is. Here's you. I have a marker that's not very dark. And so what you're going to want to do our business is built on a binary plan. So you have a left leg and a right leg. Okay? So, Toyin, who's somebody that you could put right here? Tell me the name of one of your friends. I love it. It's the deer in the headlights look like, I don't have any friends. She knows more people than you can shake a stick at.
Tao there. Tao.
T-A-U?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Two, how do you spell your name?
Teal.
Teal. Okay, so here we go. I've just filled my left leg and my right leg. Okay? So what I'm going to do is help Tao and two do the same thing that I did for myself. Left and right leg. Okay? So you can get started with different kits with FG Express from $179 in first month, and then it drops down to less than that to several $1,000s. So whatever works in your budget is the best way for you to get started, okay? So let's say I get started with the kit that's $179 the first month, okay? I need to get every single person started in that same category or higher, and I'm gonna make my money back. So you can get started, and in 30 days, you can make all your money back. That's just one promotion that's running right now, which is kind of exciting. Okay.
And you should mention too, that drops after the first month.
Yep, so this is a 1 month promotion for when you first get started, okay?
But the price drops too.
Yeah, but the price of the product drops. So, but when Jake and I got started, this promotion wasn't available. And since our very first week, we've been in the black. How many businesses would love to be in the black, right? So with our business, the first way you get paid is a 25% start fee. So let's say you get started with a kit that's 300 points, which is about $1,000, no, $500, okay? My new is gonna get a check for $25. No, 75. There we go, $75. Okay? $75 is a lot of money. It pays for a couple of tanks of gas, pays for a trip to the grocery store. I mean, I always think about the little things, you know, the things that affect us on a daily basis. The second way is called team commissions. And we get paid based on how you have your monthly auto ship set up. So if you have a 50-point auto ship, you're going to get 8%. So you don't have to be smart to do this. And if you get started with 100 points, you're going to get a 12% team commission, okay? So last week our team commissions were about $480. It's a nice chunk of change, right? I mean, that changes the things for a lot of people. And then your third way, and this was a thing Jake will tell you, your X-Tribe bonus. When I had this all figured out, I was like, oh my gosh, I can so do this. So does everybody in this room know at least, I'm just going to say 18 people that need help with pain? I sure did. Or they want to have more beautiful skin. Part of the product with our beauty strips, that mask that's on this gal, took 1,300 hours to make. It's made of kelp, which is seaweed. That's a lot of time. If you go to a store like Macy's or Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, that mask would probably be $150, easy. You know, with us, with 14 packets of serum, which have white papers on them, which are medical papers that say our product does what it says it's going to do, which is it has telomeres in it, which help your DNA start to reproduce. Yeah, so that as we age, you know, women, our skin gets thinner here, start showing wrinkles. It helps so that our skin gets a little plumper. It gets rid of the wrinkles. It's really cool. So this is what the inside of the mask looks like, the product looks like. You open it up. Here's your serum. And here's your mask.
Yeah, hold it up so everybody.
So it's nice packaging and it all fits in an envelope. It can be mailed anywhere in the world.
So I feel like the girl on The Price is Right. The Price is Right. And so that's how that works. So your X-Tri bonus, you need to have 4 people minimum that you personally sponsored. And typically you're gonna help each one of these guys get their left and right leg filled across here. So you're gonna have a minimum of 10 people, but maybe more. For us, we had about 16 people once we had our X-Tri bonus filled. So you're gonna have 1,000 points of what we call auto ship, which is a recurring monthly order of product. So if you're on a 50-point auto ship, you're gonna get $100. If you're on 100 points, you're gonna get $200. Our auto ship for Jake and me is $149. For this, the max is gonna be is $74. So look at that. Your auto ship is paid for, plus you got a little bit more. Here, our auto ship is paid for, and we got a tank of gas in the Jeep. Hello, I got blonde hair, but I am not dumb. I was excited about this because I thought, I can share enough product with people to have my product paid for. This is not rocket science. It's just getting out there and sharing with people something that we are really, really passionate about. You know, I shared the product with Manu, who works at my State Farm agent's office, almost at the very beginning of us getting started. And it pays to make sure that your insurance agency has the right phone number for you, because she tried to call me, but they had the wrong phone number listed in my records. And so we just reconnected last week, and I was telling her about tonight, and she said she'd come. And not only did she come, but she brought her husband and she brought a friend. And so how cool is that? Sharing, sharing, sharing. We can all open our mouths and share. Let's see. So our training system is really simple. Everything we don't have printed brochures. We have stuff online that you can print off. I love it. In our prior company, we had these banners and we pay a lot of money for them. We took all these banners to Staples, had them all printed off, found banner stands online, perfect, you know. So everything we do is online though. We want people to have things simplified and easy so you're not paying money for stuff that's gonna get dated. Does that make sense to you guys? Because it really made sense to us, because I threw out a lot of stuff before. So talking about the system, in January, Jake and I were out of town, but Dan and Jan went down to Fort Lauderdale. And Dan has always been very supportive of Jan with the business, but she's been the one kind of more involved than he was. Because, you know, he always can get everything, but he just, you know. So I'm going to let Dan, if you will, come up here and kind of share your story a little bit.
Yes,
Thank
I was
you.
hoping you would ask me to come up, because I was skeptical about these strips. But when you only hear it from your wife, you're still thinking, do they really work? But when I went to this leadership meeting in Fort Lauderdale a few weeks ago, and I'm, you know, like all the brass is there, and they're up on the stage and whatever, and they're talking, but when I started to hear how much they want you and you and you to succeed with products that help people. I'm like, so then I started to clap, and I started to clap a little more, and I'm like, these people just blew me away. And when you hear all these testimonies, it's just incredible. So the vision and their philosophy is so cool. I'm going, I recently retired, but in 40 years of work, I was never treated like this. It was awesome. And I tell you, I just floated out of this meeting like a bird. It was so cool. So when we got back to the hotel, oh, maybe it was the bar, I don't know. I said, we're in it. not she, we're in it. But I'm still kind of the right-hand man. She's the talker, and she's getting really good at it. I'm not so good yet. I'll get there. I got a lot of old guys I hang around with, but anyway, it just blew me away. Plus, like Troy said, the money you can make is phenomenal. And her goal is to retire soon, or sooner than she would like.
Good.
So we'll see, but you gotta start somewhere, baby steps. So, anyway, it blew me away.
So, our next event is gonna be April 2nd. Troy is gonna be here in person this time, because we're not gonna have weather issues in April, I hope.
Yeah.
And then in May 25th through the 28th, we're gonna have our national launch. It's gonna be in Las Vegas at the Bellagio. I know, who is going to Las Vegas? Want to? There we go. So see, we got a lot of people that are going. We've got a lot of people that are in Ohio and Canada, Florida, North Carolina, who are also going. We have people all over the world that are in our business. I would have never dreamed that in 8 months we'd have, our goal is to have 1,000 people by the end of this month, and I think we're gonna hit it. But we have business in 9 countries already, guys. And so, I mean, it's just the power of people talking to each other. So our next meeting for our team is gonna be Monday night at our home in Cottage Grove at 7:30. So if you wanna bring people to that, please do. And then we have our team training meeting on Saturday, March 14th from 10 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. We'll be live streaming that meeting like we're doing this. So we're just really, really thrilled. If you're brand new, we're gonna be doing, putting strips on you where you have aches and pains so you can experience the product for yourself. But as Jay cracks up, I'm gonna grab the bucket. We're gonna do some drawings, yeah.
I just want to say a few minutes here, and then we're going to have a drawing. This is such an easy business to do. I'm not a guy who would ever do anything like this because I don't like talking to people or trying to sell them something. But with this product, you're sharing, you're not selling. I mean, it is just so phenomenal. And I'll tell you, you know, you can just carry these strips with you wherever you go. I have this little binder, whatever you want to call it, but it's great. I can just do business wherever I am. I've got product in here, you know, I've got business cards, I've got application forms. That's what's so cool about this business. They don't make you buy a whole bunch of stuff. If you want banners, you just download this PDF, like Jane said, take it to Staples. I mean, this is, and then get it printed off there. You don't have to spend a lot of money. If you need a form, you just print it off right off the internet on your printer. You know, other companies, you have to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of worth of print stuff. We saw another company today, and they're just selling, all it was brochures. It was like, oh my gosh, it was so much money. So I implore you to really take a look at this. And the other thing I want to say, Jane and I are committed to your success. Anybody who's in this business, in this room, is with us, has been with us, they know that we work with everybody. We're not just trying to sign people up and say, well, that's it, you're on your own. We will work with you, we'll help show it. You might say, I don't know what to do. Well, we've got weekly meetings, bring someone there, bring someone to our monthly meetings. We're gonna probably be doing one of these every 6 or 8 weeks, these event meetings, you know, but it's just a great opportunity with little risk and little investment. So well, let's go ahead with the drawing.
Well, really quick, I would like Teresa and Carol and Jan to come up really quick to be recognized, because in our business we have STAR, which is when you have your left and your right leg filled. And then once you hit 1 star, that's where you have 500 points of business volume in your left and right leg. And so Jan and Carol and Teresa have all hit that. Oh, and Carol, come up, you too. Me too? Yes, you too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know. And then out in virtual land, Frederick George is down in Sandusky, Ohio, and he has hit that. And Patricia Cove in Alberta, Canada has hit that as well. So we have some people that are really moving on our team. We're really excited about that.
And I just want to say too, if you're new here and you don't understand all this, don't worry, don't let that stop you from getting started. It took me a long time to figure out how all this works and the ranking and all that. You can make money without having to know much about the structure of the business, just sharing the strips and having people have success with it.
So, the other thing is, in January, I put out a challenge, from January 15th to, February 15th. If somebody signed up 5 personal people, they would earn one of these banners, and Teresa did that, so congratulations. So who traveled here for a while to get here? I think I know who's gonna get this, but, so how far did you travel?
About 3 hours.
3 hours. Did anybody travel further than 3 hours?
I waited 3 hours.
So, Rachel, you're gonna get this GoPro by Eric Worre. This is the Network Marketing Pro Bible. Anybody that's in network marketing, if you're not involved with Eric Worre, you need to be. So congratulations. Yeah. So the tickets that you guys all got when you came in, pull those all out. So if you guys have had an opportunity to meet Troy Curl's other half, Nicole, she will tell you, if you don't have product, you're not in business. And so that was one of the things that we did when we got started. We got a big kit so we could have plenty of product, because I knew I was going to be sharing with a lot of people. So in these bags are a power strip and the instructions. So you'll have an opportunity to have 3 samples to share with your friends. So pull your tickets out. And who has a ticket ending in 413? Right here. Awesome.
Excellent.
Congratulations. Oh, good.
That's good. We welcome the skeptic.
That's right. One of my friends used to say, I love me a skeptic, because once they start using the product, you can't shut them up. So that's good. Okay. So we have 3 more power strips packaged up, ready to go with ticket 415.
All right. Real one.
Let's go, Rowan. Okay. And so as you're passing out strips, you want to make sure you can get these strips, and they come with the instruction sheets in your virtual office. So I have 10 empty bags that they're ready to go with your product, so you can share product with people. So this is going to go to ticket 414. Oh my God. There you go.
That's the way to go. Way to start.
Okay. So we're going to do another 10-pack of envelopes with instructions for ticket 399.
Oh my gosh, that's me.
All right.
Awesome. And 3 more strips for ticket number 407.
Very close.
Oh, nice. And so tonight's final giveaway is going to be for a beauty strip mask system. So it's kind of a fun gift. Hugo's back there shaking his ticket. And the ticket number is 406.
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
So really quick, if we can have all of our ticket winners come up and let's do a quick picture.
All right. $87.
Wow.
Is retail.
Nice. So let's, Jake, do you want to go to the back? See if we can all look at the same spot?
Mhm.
All right, sorry, I just get one here. Excellent.
Good.
Great.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
So if you've never had a power strip on your body and you would like to sample that, just come on over and we'll put one wherever you have an acre of pain. But you guys, we really appreciate all of you coming out tonight. It was a very fun evening to have everybody together. As you're going out, tell the guys at the front desk thank you because they were really helpful to us when we checked in. We had a few technical difficulties when we first got started, but we're really glad that all of you could come tonight. We appreciate it. And so again, we have a meeting on Monday night at 7:30 at our house
In Cottage Grove.
in Cottage Grove, and we'll be posting the address for that. And so we appreciate you guys coming.
And also, April 2nd is another meeting, and it'll probably be right here. So keep that on your calendar too. It's a Thursday night. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a second.